So these are Musa basjoo, and usually when you have a mild winter, you'll lose the fronds. When you get a reasonable frost, it'll kind of zap them and they look like crap, so you usually cut them back. But the bigger ones always seem to come through, and they're, the main stalk or stem can survive. Some people protect it, I don't, because they will come back from the roots. But we had that hard freeze, day below freezing. Everything was crusted at ice, and I've been going through and cleaning up the yard, and one of the things you need to clean up is your basjoo. So the smaller ones you'll find, I'm going to get down here, I'm going to show you. They look like this before the storm, but you can kind of feel them. They feel like, watch, they're just kind of floppy. Look at this one here, broke off. You can kind of feel down and squeeze them, and you'll feel where it's kind of hollow, and then where it gets more firm. This one here is actually quite damaged, but the big ones, these ones feel okay. The bigger they are, the more resistant they are to the cold, for sure. This one here feels okay in the center. So what I do is I just I cut them back. I'll cut them back on the stuff that feels really kind of hollow, so that they don't collapse. If you have other plants, so they don't collapse, and then they'll come back. In the spring, I will cut them down until I hit live material. So here's my big pile. That one I cut into a little bit of the live material. It's turned black now because it's been sitting outside for a day, but cut them back and they'll come back to you. Some people actually report that when they do cut them back versus leaving them, they reach the same height by the end of the summer. I haven't really had the chance to experiment with that. I do have a neighbor that has very, very big clumps. The clumps are 6-8 feet across. I don't even know how many bananas in each one, and he knocks them back to 2 to 3 feet, whether they're firm or not. He always does it. I wouldn't, but he does, and his always come roaring back, and they're 15 to 20 feet by the end of summer if it's a nice warm one. So don't worry if your Musa basjoos collapse. I did cut some back right to the ground, so it will be a good comparison to see how high they actually reach, because I have not had much damage to them in the last few years. They've lost a couple feet of height on the trunk, but not where I've taken them right back to the ground. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, thanks for watching.